having an emotional breakdown right now. Please stop eating my flowers. Hi, I'm Nick, and I'm documenting the highs, lows, and in-betweens of chasing my dream to becoming a traditionally published author. I hope you stick around for the journey, and maybe one day my books will be in your hands. Today is January 14th, 2025, and I have not gotten any more writing done, but I did take a big step in kind of my strategy for becoming a traditionally published author. Side note, I'm drinking a hard cider that I got from the farmer's market. Delicious. I'm a little bummed because I wanted the huckleberry one and he accidentally gave me the aloha one, which is delicious. But I really wanted the huckleberry one. I guess I have to go buy it from him this weekend. Anyways, I have always had my writing website. I've always had my byeeee.com that I started when I really wanted to get my writing serious, because my whole original plan was to basically, I'm trying to get the glare out of the glasses. My original, strategy was post a bunch on TikTok and pre-market my book and vlog my author journey, and also update consistently to this blog so that people can get familiar with my writing before they ever read my books. You know, life got in the way. It was hard to write a book and write for fun and this and that. And also I was really depressed living in Bakersfield. So the website kind of fell off. And being in Sacramento now and being in our new home, I obviously feel very inspired. I'm feeling renewed, and I've been just flowing creatively, and I've just been writing a bunch of drafts in my blog with the intention of, okay, I'll start consistently posting. But the issue was I had started a separate Instagram account for my author journey. I don't know why that's in quotes. Because it felt easier and safer, because my 1,000 followers that I've gained since high school that are just all people I actually know, seeing me pursue this felt very scary. Knowing that they were going to read my writing felt very scary, and I didn't really want to do it. So I created a separate account, but just for some reason, it just felt like I kept feeling this pull to just get over it and post on my main Instagram account. So I finally decided to do it, and I spent all day updating my website. I'm updating all my social medias and changing names and connecting what needs to be connected. And I'm going to make my Instagram being a blogger 2012. I'm posting to my blog weekly, and I post a cute little photo to highlight the new blog and all of that. And it's a mix of poetry, short stories, thoughts, opinions, whatever. And it's really helping my writing just get better in general. And then in the hush, hush, quiet, I'm working on the next book that is hopefully, I believe, the debut novel. And so that's what I did today, is I posted the first ever blog. Well, not the first. I'd posted a few, but on my main Instagram, and put it out that I'll be posting this consistently. And it's very interesting because I used to have a blog. I had a blog for 5 years, back in 2015 to honestly almost 2020. But it was all very religious based. It was all very devotionals. There was not much else to it. And so this is very interesting because it's way more raw, way more real, and I'm very proud of it. But that's also a new layer to this, is finding myself creatively. Why did I say it like that? Finding myself creatively outside of religion is a very interesting place to be in, but it's nice because I get to be my raw self without hiding behind a Bible verse. And that's almost scarier. It's just here are my thoughts. I'm not adding a Bible verse to justify my thoughts, or I'm not trying to, these are my thoughts. Take them or leave them. And it's also helping my writing just get so much better. So it's been very exciting. Here's my website. I mean, I'm sure at this point And you guys are probably like have seen it because I don't know where I'm at in this journey, but here she is. This is the one that I posted today, my comeback story. These are some old ones I've had. Oh, and you can follow me on Instagram. Yeah, she's cute. A little about page. I don't even look like that anymore. That's okay. That's the other thing. I need to take super cute pictures of me. I might have my husband do that tomorrow because we're going to be out and about tomorrow. I might have him take pictures of me because why not? But today I am going to be finally doing some writing to the book. I've had 42 people on my post today. 20 people have read it. My blog post. That's really exciting. Anyways, I'm going to do some writing for my, hopefully, debut novel. I just did my first writing session outside of the house in Sacramento, of us like now living here. And it did not go well. I went to my favorite ever coffee shop. And I think I had like all these expectations that like I'm gonna flow, like I'm gonna get this book done in one day because the inspiration here. And I will say like I did get like 1,500 words written, which objectively isn't bad. I don't know if it's just like I'm tired. I don't know if it's just the day. The vibes have been kind of off today in general. And so I'm just gonna head back home. I was really excited. I really wanted today to be like dedicated hours of writing. And I'm a little bummed that that's not exactly what happened. But I got halfway through chapter 5. I like the direction the story's going in. I just not feeling it today. So here's to the next writing day. One thing I'm learning and I'm really grateful for, I struggled a lot on this journey with the first book I wrote, trying to get that traditionally published. I struggled with how long this journey can take. I'm somebody who wants something instantly, especially if I can write a book quickly. I then now want it published quickly. But that's not how this industry works. And I'm just learning in general in life, good things take time. And one of the moments that I'm realizing how great that is the things need to take time in order for me to get the ideas. I had a very pivotal plot point idea that I think will be very beneficial to the whole book in the shower last night. And I rushed out of the shower and I had to tell my husband so I wouldn't forget it. And it's like, had I been further along in the book the way I wanted to be, I would have had to go back and add that point, and it would have changed a lot of the structure of the book. And so it's just kind of a reminder that I'm exactly where I need to be, and the ideas will come right on time, and the book will exist as it needs to exist, right when it needs to. And I can't rush perfection. I can't rush this. It will be mine when it's meant to be mine. But now I'm going to put that idea to paper, and we are going to continue with this process, however long it takes. It is February 20th, and we have officially written, we're 400 words away from 20,000 words. I think I'm a chapter away of being done with part 1 out of 3. So I'm a third of the way done with the book, and already being at 20,000 words and still having 2 other parts to go is already incredible progress from my first ever novel that I wrote, because when I finished that first draft, it was 45,000 words, and then I got it up to 80,000 words after a few revisions. So I'll probably land, for the first draft, roughly around 60,000 words, give or take, which gives me a lot of hope because before I send it out to agents, I want it at 80,000. That's just kind of, I feel like, a good sweet spot. It's not too many words to where an agent's gonna see it and be like, whoa, too much. And it's not too little where there's gonna be like so much work done to it. So that's like where I'm at. I'm feeling really good with where the story's progressing. If I'm honest, like I'm slightly bored because my brain thinks faster than I can type. And so I haven't been able to, like, I'm already thinking about like the middle of part 2. If I'm honest, I'm already thinking about the second book, which is good because I get to put like hints and spoilers and set stuff up in book 1. So that's been fun to do. I'm really loving this book. I think what's harder about writing this one, because my first one I wrote that I've tabled, it was easier to write and flow because it was a little bit more personal and a little bit more based on my life. So I was almost retelling and reframing something, whereas there's obviously inspiration from things in my life, but this is its own story. And so there's a little bit more walls that I hit. Like if ADHD kicks in, things like that. So it's moving along slower than I would like, but it's starting to pick up. I think I've gotten out of that little writer's lump, knock on wood. So I'm feeling really good. My goal is to finish the first draft. So what? Another 40,000 words? By like the end of April, by my husband's birthday. The first draft will be my husband's birthday present. How about that? And then we will go from there. My goal is by summertime, maybe, like July, start reaching out to agents, and maybe by the end of the year have an agent. That's my goal. I'm hoping that like maybe March I can if I just sit down, because I wrote like 4,000 words today, and that was like taking breaks, going to the gym, doing other stuff. Like if I can just sit down and flow, like I can knock this baby out because the story's written in my head. I just have to get it written and constructed and things like that. But I'm having fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm tired. I'm going to call it tonight. But I've had a few days of writing. I've gone to a coffee shop and done some writing. But that is February 20th, 2025 update. I'm having a very emotional time. It's March 6th and I hit 20,000 words. I didn't even notice that. I wrote 1,222 words today. And in theory, that's really good. I think a lot of people, they try to write 1,000 words a day. They try to make that like their goal. But I'm really struggling and I might get a little emotional, but like that's the point of me vlogging this journey. I don't even know where to like start with the emotions. Today was supposed to be a full dedicated writing day. I was like, I know for sure I have this chapter and two more. So 3. So finish this one and then write 2 more chapters. And I've finished part 1 of the book. And that's been my goal, is just finish part 1, finish part 1, finish part 1. And my writing style is it's like completed in my mind, like the entire plot, minor details, major details, like it's all completed in my mind. I literally see the whole book from beginning to end like a movie that plays in my mind. And so I don't really need to take like a lot of time to still structure or things like that. Like I think a lot of people, everybody has different writing styles. My writing style is very much like it's completed in here, and the struggle is to get it onto paper. And the struggle, and it feels so silly and so stupid, but it's my ADHD. And like, and maybe I'm downplaying my ADHD because everybody in my life downplayed it, but it really is like a struggle. And I think maybe I've never realized my ADHD has been such a hindrance, because like in school I didn't really notice it because I didn't really care about school, so it like didn't like affect me. But then later in life I kept working jobs and careers that my ADHD really thrived in: restaurant jobs, serving, anything that kept kind of my, attention going, things like that. I love writing more than anything, but there's just this disconnect. My cat is eating flowers. Stop. Mom's having an emotional breakdown right now. Please stop eating my flowers. Look, and there he's going for it. Boots, no, stop. The book should be done by now. Like, I can write about 2,000 words an hour easily. Like, when I'm really flowing, I can bust out 2,000 words in an hour. I don't know if that's like statistically a lot or average, but I know what I'm capable of. And I just can't, like, this book should be done by now. And I literally worked my ass off all week. I had such a heavy workload this week, and I still have more work to do tomorrow. Such a heavy workload that I busted my ass so that I could have all Thursday and all Friday to write. Now I have to do some work tomorrow and it's fine, but because I'm also still trying to balance, having a normal life and relaxing and hobbies and things like that with also trying to pursue my dream. And maybe that's where I'm going wrong. Maybe I just need to nix all my free time and just spend it writing. But this dream of being a traditionally published author feels so far off, especially because I shelved the first book, The Assignment, and I am letting that be a way more in the future project. And so I feel like I'm just back at square one. And I say all these things knowing that life will get better. I know the patterns and cycles of life. This is part of the process. It will always get better. I'm going to be achieving my dreams at some point in my life, but I want to acknowledge these feelings in this part of the journey. And my ADHD, like, it feels so stupid to say, but it really is messing everything up. Because, and I feel kind of silly for crying about it, but it's like, I sit down and I have everything perfect. I have a perfect view. I have this great writing space, like my home. Like, I can have everything perfect. And I know what I'm supposed to write. I know how the story is going to go. I know the next sentence I need to write. It's not writer's block. There's no block. I know. But then I go to write and I'll write a sentence. Okay, I want to grab my phone. Okay, so I put my phone like away, out of reach. I start picking at my split ends. Okay, I start writing. My mind just starts thinking about snacks. I'm not even hungry, but let me start thinking about snacks. Go get the pretzels in the cabinet. Okay, I go get the pretzels in the cabinet. And then my brain just starts thinking of anything else but the writing. And it feels like literally the stars have to align for my ADHD to not be hindering this and for me to flow. And it happens in such few spurts and pockets that, like, this, like, it's taking forever to write the first draft. And I just, like, sitting here right now, everything just feels so far away. It just feels like, yeah, I know I'll achieve the dream one day. But I just celebrated my 28th birthday last week. So that was the third crab and the fourth crab. It took me turning 26 to really decide to pursue my dreams. Like, and I know that this isn't true, but I feel so behind. And I just realistically, my brain starts to do the math of like, okay, you'll finish this book probably by the end of the year. Okay, it'll maybe take 6 months to land an agent if you're very, very, very lucky. Okay, you do that. And then you have to go through all these edits, and then you go on submission, and then they're going to schedule your book for a year out. Like, this it's 2025 and I'm just like, this book probably won't be in people's hands until at least 2027. And it breaks my heart because when I wrote the other book, the assignment, the first book, I thought by now I would have a release date. And I just feel, and then all these other goals and dreams I have, I just keep thinking like I'll be 35, and 35's not old. It's not old. It's not old. But I want this to be my whole life so bad. And I'm spending so much time working because I have to in this economy and very little time writing. And then I sit down to write and my brain literally just, there's some wiring in my brain that just will not let me. And I'm trying everything. And it's like, why don't I get on ADHD medication? I've never been medicated for ADHD. And like, I feel like I'm pretty high functioning. Maybe I'm in denial. But I just also am so afraid of trying to be in a creative process and then try to test different medications and how they alter my brain and my mind. And maybe I should get on medication. Maybe raw dogging it isn't the answer. It just sucks because today was supposed to be literally just hours and hours of writing. And I did hours of writing and busted out 1,000 words because I spent more time picking out my split ends. And then I was like, I really want to bake cookies. And I baked the cookies. And then I was like, well, let me just get dinner made and out of the way. And then it's like, let me get some pretzels. Like, and then I go out to coffee shops because I'm like, well, maybe I'll focus more there. No, there's just always something that my mind can find a distraction, even if it's not like my phone or anything on my computer. Like my mind can just run and run and run and run. I'm very discouraged. And tomorrow is no longer a full writing day. I have plans and some last minute projects, which I'm so grateful for because that's what's paying my bills. And so then it's like, okay, well, take your Saturday and Sunday and, don't have a normal weekend and spend it writing, which it's like, I guess that's what you have to do. I guess you have to sell away your life to maybe begin your career. And then you begin your career. And I'm tired. And then there's the very terrifying possibility that this book doesn't even get me an agent, doesn't get me a traditional publishing deal, and I have to start all over again. And that just made me nauseous at the thought of it. Because at 26, I decided to finally, fearlessly pursue my dream. And 28, I feel like I'm still in the same spot as when I was 26, deciding to chase that dream. Here's to hoping this book gets done one day. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and I hope you stay on this journey with me. Okay, love you, bye!